Hello again. Thanks for joining us for episode 7 of Poetry by Glenn Gales. Last week our poem pondered the notion of going back in time to simple days filled with simple pleasures. This time, Glenn writes about something that we all experience, or we hope to, at least once in our lifetime. Let's see what he's thinking about. It's time to listen to Ununderstandable. The world we live in is ununderstandable, try as we might to explain everything. Mysteries uncovered one at a time. Then more and more, the world does bring. We study the clues and deeper we dig. Answers we hope are there for the finding. Eventually clearly revealed. One mystery, however, no Einstein has solved yet, is what makes us feel the feelings we feel. Out of billions of people you became mine. Two hearts collided, our lives intertwined. Suddenly I was acutely aware that beyond my control, I was walking on air. These feelings inside me I had not a doubt, love sonnets by Shakespeare were written about. When we are apart I long for much more, of whatever it is that you have in store. When we are together the world seems so small. Nothing else matters, nothing at all. Earth has gone round the sun so many more times since I became yours and you became mine. Our love has run deep, in heated moments seemed shallow. But never, my dear, did it ever lay fallow. Sunrises and sunsets are beautiful things. But it is you alone who makes my heart sing. As long as my lips can kiss, they'll kiss yours. As long as I breathe, it is you I'll adore. Now, with lines on our faces and gray in our hair, still, when you hold my hand, I do not have a care. It is ununderstandable how it makes life seem better. One mystery that's been solved, though, our love is forever.
Okay, let's jump in. We're doing a deep dive today into this really interesting piece called Ununderstandable by Glenn.
Right, and our goal really is to unpack what it says about love, the feelings, the sort of paradoxes, the whole mystery of it all.
Exactly. And what grabs you right away, I think, is how it pushes back against needing an explanation for everything.
Yeah, it sets up this idea that, the world has mysteries, and maybe the biggest one is just why we feel what we feel, especially love.
So let's get into the experience it describes, that suddenness, suddenly I was acutely aware. It sounds almost like a shock.
It does, like two hearts collided, very intense imagery, and then that classic feeling walking on air.
And connecting it back, saying things like love sonnets by Shakespeare were written about. It gives it that huge historical weight, doesn't it?
Totally. It frames that initial rush as something, profound, timeless, not just some fleeting thing.
And then there's the contrast it draws, being apart versus being together.
Oh, yeah. That feeling of longing when you're apart, wanting much more. But then when you're actually with the person,
The world shrinks.
Exactly. The source says the world seems so small and nothing else matters, nothing at all. That total focus.
It's a powerful description. But it's not just about the beginning, is it? It really digs into how love, endures.
Mm-hmm. It talks about the time passing. Earth has gone around the sun so many more times. Years and years.
And it's honest about it, too, saying it can run deep but also seem shallow in heated moments.
Which feels very real,
Yeah.
Relationships have ups and downs. But the key line is, never, my dear, did it ever lay fallow.
It kept growing, always alive somehow.
Yeah, it suggests love isn't static. It's dynamic. It needs tending, maybe.
Yeah.
But it has this core life force.
And the impact it has. It's described so vividly.
Right.
Like making the heart sing.
More than beautiful things. It says the person alone who makes my heart sing, not sunrises or sunsets.
Wow. That's quite specific.
Yeah.
That one person becomes the source of that particular joy.
And it seems to counter the effects of time, too. The lines on our faces and gray in our hair part.
Right. But if they're holding hands, they do not have a care. It just erases the worries. Almost magical.
It does sound almost magical, which I think brings us back to that central point the source keeps circling.
The ununderstandable part.
Exactly. It is ununderstandable. Why does love make life better? It sees the effects, the singing heart, no worries, but doesn't pretend to have the why.
So the piece is basically saying, look, the reason it works, the deep mechanism,
Hmm.
That's a mystery.
Yeah, ununderstandable in its essence,
Yeah.
but its power to make life better and its potential to last. That seems very clear in the text.
So there's a mystery on one side, but a kind of certainty on the other.
Hmm. A certainty about its effect and its duration, at least in this specific case. It ends pretty definitively, doesn't it?
Ours is forever.
Yeah,
That's quite a statement. Leaves you thinking.
it really does.
So here's something maybe for you to think about. If this piece suggests love's power is tied up with its mystery, does trying too hard to dissect it to understand it completely maybe diminish it somehow?
Or is the beauty actually in that ununderstandable quality itself?
Something to ponder.
Are you in love with someone? I sure hope so. Did it just suddenly hit you recently? Or has it been growing stronger for years and years? And if you don't have that someone special, hang in there. I'm sure Cupid's arrow will strike soon. Thank you for listening. Hope you'll be here next Saturday. Until then, you might want to treat your ears to some of Glenn's music. It's available right here on YouTube or your favorite streaming app. Subscribe to stay in the loop. And click like and share, if you liked. Have a great week, and we look forward to sharing another poem with you next time. Bye for now.